Whoops. It is the time of joy. The time of the top 10 games of 2025. And Christmas too. Can you believe last year I put Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in my top 10? But I was proper scraping the bottom of the barrel because 2024 for me I didn't feel like was abundant with new content. But 2025 has been an incredible year, not just for games, which we'll get to soon, but for TV shows. We've had The Last of Us, new Dexter, excellent by the way, and currently we're going through the final season of Stranger Things, so plenty of peak content has been brought our way in 2025. There have also been some really good events around the country this year. Not long now until I'm off to Arcade Club at Bury for JT's birthday. I've been to quite a few retro gaming markets this year, and not long ago took a trip over to Shepherd's Bush for the Nintendo pop-up store where they sold exclusive merchandise. I could be wrong, it might be Japanese only, I don't know, but basically it was Scalper Heaven. I did buy a few things for myself. I'm not reselling it on eBay for quadruple the price. If you are one of them people, I ain't joking, on eBay, even the free stuff that they gave out at that pop-up shop is going for about 20-30 quid. Ridiculous. This bag was £9.99p. Without further ado, I'm going to go and put my video games in order because I haven't done it yet. Honestly, I haven't done it yet. It is done. Ordering is complete. I'm still not 100% sure about it. I might even change my mind after I finish the video. But anyway, here we go. Top 10 of 2025. And my number 10 is Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. Cosmic Invasion makes it onto my top 10 purely for one reason. It fully commits to the DNA of old school arcade games, but it does not feel dated. They've modernized it, but they've kept it retro, if you catch my drift. It taps into the vibe of like the old X-Men arcade games, and one of my top ones from the Super Nintendo, Arcade's Revenge Spider-Man X-Men. It's very, very similar, and this is what gives it its nostalgic feel. It feels like it's been lifted straight out of the golden age of the beat-em-ups and moved into the future. The aspect that brings this more into the future, again, really simple, but there's some thought process behind you picking your characters. So some have certain abilities that can deal with certain enemies on certain stages, so you'd pick the corresponding character to deal with said problems. The character lineup is actually really good too. There are some of your well-knowns like Captain America, Wolverine, Storm, but there's some deeper cuts as well. There's a dog Thor. I'm not going to pretend to know who it is. It's Billy Ray Cyrus. I know it's got a 3-part name, something like that. Rocket Raccoon's in it. Didn't really gel with Rocket Raccoon. She-Hulk is one of my favourite characters to play as at the moment. She's a brute. She's heavy. She's tall enough to take out the flying enemies. She's really good against the bosses. And when it comes to the bosses, some of them are quite deep, again like the roster, but I don't know all of them. I do know some of them, like Phoenix, Thanos, but some, again, yeah, I'm just not sure about. This type of game is best played as couch co-op. It's a social game, have your friends over, sit on a couch, play games, have a laugh, have a drink, have some snacks. This is a cozy game just to chill out and relax to. I know it's got online, but I don't think I'll be playing it online. Of course I will play it single player, but I'd always prefer couch co-op. Cosmic Invasion, my number 10. My number 9 requires me to remove my hat and exchange it with another. One iconic hat that we haven't seen in a first party game for 26 years. I am talking about...
Are you okay?
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. And as I've done this take a few times, I realise caps really don't suit me, so I'm putting my Christmas hat back on. That's much better.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
This new Fatal Fury is a really strong fighting game and a return to form after so long for such an iconic series. SNK did not just rely on nostalgia for this game. They clearly got a team in that cares about this franchise. It's modernised, it's well thought out, and for long-time fans, this must feel something special to have released. The combat in the game feels really tight, really deliberate. This new rev system isn't overly complicated, it's easier to understand, so new players that are coming into the game won't be overwhelmed with what the hell's going on. The game fully commits to its own identity. It doesn't follow trends. Visually, stylistically, everything works really, really well. What really elevates City of the Wolves is the fact we're in 2025 talking about a brand new Fatal Fury game. My connection with SNK comes straight from the PS2 days, Capcom versus SNK 2. This is where I was introduced to May, to Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, to Geese, on the SNK side of things. And obviously I love Street Fighter, and this Street Fighter 6 crossover they did for the second year of Street Fighter has Terry and May within Street Fighter. One of the driving forces of me definitely getting Fatal Fury as soon as it came out. You get the special edition, which didn't cost any more than the modern day standard game. You get Chun-Li and Ken. So I could, if I challenged myself, complete a trifecta here. I got the platinum on Tekken 7 with Akuma from Street Fighter.
It's done. A week ago, I didn't like Tekken, and here we are. And here we are with the platinum trophy.
I got the platinum on Street Fighter 6, Terry from Fatal Fury. It's done. It's gotta be. Two years. I could possibly, if I really wanted to, it seems like a big grind, get platinum on Fatal Fury with a Street Fighter character, which would probably be Ken. I do love a crossover, but we all know Smash Brothers will never be dethroned as king as the crossover fighting game.
That was fucking brilliant.
With all that said, Fatal Fury's long absence has had an impact. While it's been gone, we had Tekken, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat just dominating the fighting game scene. There has been a generation of gamers that has now grown up without any connection to Fatal Fury that won't be rushing out to buy this game. But for people of my generation, this is long overdue and very welcome. It deserves a top 10 place for 2025. Coming in at number 8 this year is Split Fiction. Now, at the heart of this game, there are two protagonists, or authors, if you will, whose experience drives this game forward, giving us that classic Hazelite, It Takes Two teamwork from the game It Takes Two that was a smash hit a few years ago. The premise of the game is these two contrasting authors get trapped in a machine that is designed to steal their ideas. Split Fiction is a game that fully embraces the world of books and storytelling. The game blends together two distinct narratives that slowly become intertwined, blending the ideas, the genre and the themes, constantly surprising the player.
Wait, what? What are you doing in my story?
As these two stories overlap, it's as if you're moving through the imagination of multiple authors at once. As you progress through this game, you'll notice some cheeky nods to some video games of the past that have come before it.
What now?
One great thing that keeps this fresh are the side missions that have been written by these authors, Mio and Zoe, as children or teenagers that bleed into the main narrative, so it all becomes a backstory to their lives in the main game. This game is a two-player co-op game only, and that can put some people off, but the cherry on top is, as long as someone owned one copy, you can give a friend the friend pass from it, and they can download the game onto their console and play it along with you. And the game ain't gonna set you back 70 quid. So the good thing here is you're saving money, your friend doesn't need to buy it, or you don't need to buy it if your friend's already bought it, so what's there not to like? Split Fiction, number 8. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. This is a wonderful nostalgia trip. This is a reminder of why these games from this Capcom era dominated the arcades and the living rooms alike. For players who grew up in this era, there's an undeniable warmth about hearing familiar soundtracks, seeing the old sprites brought back to life with modern conveniences, reinforcing that the Capcom is one of the most influential fighting game developers of all time. Although a great group of games, I don't have any personal connection to Power Stone, Project Sword, or Project Justice is the other one. I have played them since. I didn't mind Project Justice or Plasma Sword. Power Stone still doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, fans. I know it's a big pull for people to buy this game too, but it's just not there for me. Capcom vs SNK 2 is the standout for me in this collection because I poured so many hours into this game back in the day with my friends on the PS2. And as I said before, this was the first time I was introduced to the SNK characters, and the characters that come across from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters into this Capcom world blend seamlessly. With the addition of online with these new collections that are coming out, I'm not really that bothered. I've been doing one-on-ones with my friends or couch co-op. I think that's the way to go with these games, but with Capcom vs SNK 2, I actually have gone online and played. I'm actually pretty decent at Capcom vs SNK 2, but when it comes to MVC, I feel like it's much more manic. It's a bit more button mashy, and that's not me. Even though I love the game. This collection also includes Capcom Fighting Jam, which is like a mini Capcom Smash Brothers. A few select Capcom characters from each franchise are rolled into one fighting game.
Capcom Fighting Evolution.
This came after Capcom vs SNK 2. Does not hit as hard, but it's still a pretty good fun game to play. The game also includes the first Capcom vs SNK, which is a great game in itself. Not as good as the second, but a fun fact, I've actually never played that game outside of an arcade until now. I'd never owned a Dreamcast, I didn't have it on the PS1, I ain't gonna buy it now because that game comes with a 3-figure cost. And one strange addition in my opinion, although a phenomenal game, is Street Fighter Alpha 3. I feel like it wasn't that long ago we got the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter. I just realised as I'm saying this, it's actually 2018 and we've done the 35th anniversary already. Alright, so it wasn't too close, but I still feel like Street Fighter 3 is a bit of a strange addition for this collection. Originally number 6 was going to be Mario Kart World, but I replayed it recently.
Yeah, I've done like my spiel for Mario Kart World in my top 10 video, but I'm going to have to change it. Because I remember it being better than I feel like it is. And I thought the update would make it like much better, but no.
I'm not discrediting Mario Kart World as a good game, I'm just saying it's nowhere near the caliber of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with all the Switch stuff. It's taken 11 years to get to that point, so it's going to be a hard contender anyway. 24 players, the carnage is too chaotic. And when you play online with your friends, the disrespect isn't as intimate as it is with 12 players in a race. 24 players just dilutes all that. But that gave way to Cosmic Invasion being added to the list. Anyway, my number 6 is this year's new entry into Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. This is a great new addition to the franchise, whilst respecting the spirit of the original and confidently modernising the look and feel of the game. Although modern, this game still captures that fast, lethal combat that you know from the side-scrolling Shinobi games of the past. I feel that this game for me is going to be one of them games that I'll complete and go back to and play between other games. It's going to be a chill-out game. I've got Netflix on in the background, or I'm listening to a podcast, this will be one of my go-tos. This is also one of my favourite type of games for handheld, hence why I got it in the Nintendo Switch and not the PS5. Taking it on the road with you or taking it on holiday, I can just lose endless hours into. Refining the mechanics in this game rather than reinventing them, it is proof that Shinobi still has a big identity in the gaming world, and this revival is very welcome, especially for older gamers and even newcomers alike. I love to see games get this treatment. In the last few years we've had the Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage, and now we've got Shinobi again. So I'd love to see more of that in the future. Shinobi, my number 6. Number 5, is a football game. It's Rematch. Rematch I would never play on my own. This game is in here purely for the social aspect and the joy it has brought me this year. Let me just touch on the gameplay really quickly. It's as manual gets. Manual aiming, manual shooting, manual passing, manual camera movements. It's a FIFA player's worst nightmare. Even 6 months after launch, the game is quite janky still. It's not super polished, but again, the social aspect of it overshadows all of this. A few years ago, when I was part of the greatest Rocket League team ever to grace the game.
Oh, beautiful. Good shit, boys.
We played with another group of friends that we met through Rocket League in a different Discord server. And Rematch has kind of reconnected us once again. And we're all on Rematch, having the best times of our lives, and we're still playing it 6 months in.
Don't piss me off.
The main reason why this game is in here is because of the group of people I play with. We've got Bainbridge, who probably never played a sport in his life, and all he does is sit on the left hand side up the top and shoot it at the goalkeeper. Often they go in, especially when they shouldn't.
How does what?
And there's Cole and Fez. Both of these guys live in the United States. They think of football is shaped like an egg and you throw it.
Are you fuming?
Cole.
Yeah.
I'm a little fuming, mate.
Good.
Myself, Jack and Sky, we're all in the UK. Me and Jack play in the same football team in real life.
So Bainbridge, when you're running at the keeper, instead of putting the ball here, maybe I suggest here, or here.
Sky is up in Scotland. He loves his Rangers. And then there's Renzo, who lives in Belgium at the moment, and he definitely knows his stuff. He probably knows more than all of us about football combined. With how much this game cost, how much time I've put in, and how many laughs I've had playing this game, this deserves a spot in my top 10.
What happened?
Jack, do you want to just let that go in?
This game is one of the best looking games I have ever played. Number 4 is Ghost of Yotei. Of course, I'm not just judging this on its looks, because gameplay is king and this game does it immensely. The combat in this game is flawless in my opinion. When you get the parry timing right, it's just a really satisfying feeling. Some parts of this game do encourage stealth, but it is an option. You don't have to take the encouragement if you don't want it. But for me, I personally find it a more satisfying way of playing the game. I feel like from Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei, these are the closest games I can get to playing Tenchu from back in the day. Whilst playing through Ghost of Yotei, I was that amazed by it. I thought this is easy top 3 without a shadow of a doubt. But, and not a detriment to the game, this year was the first time I played and completed Ghost of Tsushima. So this was very fresh in my head. So I feel like going from Tsushima to Yotei, it was a lot of the same. So I fell off Yotei quicker, and another game came out that kind of took over my life. I also think the story in Tsushima was better and more deeper than it is in Yotei. I think Yotei is basically Kill Bill. It doesn't mean it's a bad story whatsoever. The game is great, the combat is great, and it looks absolutely insane. Everyone with a PlayStation 5 should buy this game. So here we are, we've made it to the podium. Now, such prestigious games require prestigious clothing attire. And this year's number 3 for me is Donkey Kong Bonanza. This game I did not expect to be putting it in my top 3. Now I thought it might sprinkle in there somewhere around the 7 or the 8. This game is really good. It ain't Mario Odyssey good, because it was the Mario Odyssey team that made this game, but it is very, very good. It is my first ever 3D Donkey Kong, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This game's fast-paced levels, its creative obstacles, and its really satisfying momentum makes the game feel so rewarding to play. It can be quite monotonous, just punching and breaking stuff all the time, but this is the Donkey Kong we've all known throughout Donkey Kong's existence. But this is like the first game you can do it in, and it's addictive. Along with the top-notch gameplay is a great new atmosphere, a great new world created for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's new look, I love it. Donkey Kong's bonanzas are him transforming into new animals that give you new abilities, so I'm quite excited to see what Donkey Kong is like in the next Smash Brothers. This game was reviewed at 10s everywhere. I don't really agree with that because I feel like there could have been more Diddy Kong, Funky Kong. You know, it's a big game. And one other thing I thought was a negative of this game, I thought 20 something hours in, I felt this game is starting to overstay its welcome. I was like, is it finished yet? Have I got to the bottom layer yet? Where's the end boss? I was like, it's got to be soon, but it just felt like it never came. But then you get to a point in the game where it's just... And this is what kind of shot it straight into my top 3. I think Yote would have been in my top 3 if I had played Tsushima, and this would have been 4. But Donkey Kong was different enough. It kept me on the hook. The story was great. The big surprise was great. The gameplay was great. Donkey Kong Bonanza, number 3. Moving on to number 2. And it actually pains me that I've put this game in second place. It does not deserve to be in second place whatsoever. But I'll explain why it is in second place when I get to my number 1. When I did my top games of 2023, this is what I said. This time next year, the game of the year will be tossed up between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater Remake. If it launches next year. And here we are in 2025, where I've put Metal Gear Solid Delta second and not my predicted first place. Rebirth got first in 2024, and deservedly so. There wasn't much out in 2024. Our competition this year is much closer. Selfishly, this is how I want every remake of every game I've loved to be remade. Just reskinned with better gameplay. It doesn't bring much to modern audiences, I suppose, but for us that played it back in the day, I feel like it's just perfect. Another case in point, Resident Evil 4. This day and age, load times are nothing, especially on games like this, but when you're transitioning from one area to another area as Snake, you've got that famous dip to black, out comes the name of the new area, fade back from black, and then you're in. Doesn't need that on the PS5, not at all. It could just go straight in, no load times whatsoever, but this keeps it in there and it adds to that nostalgia. But I can understand from a younger generation's point of view, if you've never played it before and you pick up this game, you're thinking, why have I got these load times in this day and age on a game like this? The foliage in this game is top notch and the visuals are a wonder to be seen. Not like Yote levels, but still very good in itself. This game has been remade from the ground up. The audio, the visuals and the gameplay. We've got Metal Gear Solid 5 mechanics, we've got all new recordings. David Hayter, one of the most iconic voices in video game history, is back as Snake.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Got Cynthia Harrell's warmed her pipes up to do the theme tune for Snake Eater once again. Although I do think that the first iteration on the PS2 hits a bit harder than this new recording, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's one of the greatest theme tunes for a game ever. I do feel like there's something missing from this game, but it ain't the game itself, it's the time we're playing it in. Everyone's after that nostalgia trip, but back then in 2004 we didn't have access to the internet like we've got now, so I played this game so much trying to find all the uniforms, all them ducks, all them frogs, playing it again and again and again to try and get everything completed. But nowadays you can just go on YouTube and find out where everything is. Kind of takes the fun away from it. But on the flip side, I'm now an adult with a full-time job and big boy responsibilities, so it does help. I've completed Delta 3 times over. I've shot all the frogs, shot all the ducks and got all the uniforms. All I need to do now to get the platinum on this game is do it on European Extreme, which I don't think I've got the patience for. This game is the catalyst that sets everything in motion for the Metal Gear Solid world.
Listen to me, Eva. We're doing this together.
No, you...
Eva, I need you.
And in my opinion, the best story in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It has the most iconic enemies of any Metal Gear game and the most tragic story of any Metal Gear game. Everyone should play it. Before we hit number 1, a quick fire round of honourable mentions, starting with Jedi Power Battles. This was released earlier in the year. It was remastered, re-released, new characters, new modes, excellent. Donkey Kong Country HD returned. Lovely, very true to the original. It's the first time I've played through this one. It's a very, very good side-scroller. On the launch of the Switch 2, I got to then buy Street Fighter 6 Years 1 and 2 edition for the Switch. It's excellent, it runs really well, and this is the full 2 years DLC plus Street Fighter 6 all in one package, and it's portable. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, obviously I've played all the Mortal Kombat games. Looking forward to playing this one. I know it had a bit of a shoddy launch, but that was a few months ago. This one I got the other day, and I'll be playing it as soon as this video finishes. And finally, my number 1, and one of the best kept secrets since its release from my friend group. I have a special guest presenter with me right now. Say hello, Willow. Rude. Oh, she's gone. Anyway, my number 1 is Bonjour Mon Ami. It is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I have played this and hidden my progress and trophies on my PlayStation profile, so I do need to break the news to Jack that I do have this game, but he'll find out through this video. Anyway, I'm fucking joking. I'm absolutely joking. It's Battlefield 6. The reason why this gets number 1 over Metal Gear Solid is the replayability. I love both these games so much. This year's Battlefield feels like we're back to premium Battlefield. It feels like I'm playing Battlefield 3 and 4 again. Battlefield 1 or 5, I didn't get into them too much because I didn't really like the theme of it. 2042 was a swing and a miss, but they got on it and made Battlefield 6, and this game rolls back the years. I'm having so much fun with this game. I also probably have only scratched the surface of playing this game. I mainly play Conquest. They've got the new Battle Royale RedSec. I'm not into my Battle Royales, but I need to give it a good proper go. There's plenty of other modes in this game that I haven't really played properly. There's the Portal mode where people can make their own game modes, or even like training sims for in-game vehicles. There's broad creativity in this game for a first-person shooter. I'm no first-person shooter expert, but I do have fun playing them. I didn't mind playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the most recent one. The ones after that I think were stupid again. But this is what I've been calling out for a long time. A game that doesn't take itself too seriously, but has the immersion that doesn't break your illusion of what you're playing. I'm not running around shooting Beavis and Butthead or Nicki Minaj or Lionel Messi in this. The developers are listening, and they are now delivering finally. And the cherry on top, this being a live service game, they are not going to be gatekeeping the experience whatsoever. Every player will get the major updates for free, every map, every vehicle, every gun, none of it behind a paywall. The skins and boosts and battle passes, yes, but optional microtransactions. I cannot wait to see what the future of this game holds. Now bring on that naval gameplay. For those who made it this far into my video, I appreciate you very much. Even I found it quite a slog, to be fair. But I'm going to see out the new year with a lovely glass of Lithuania's finest Ginterinus. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yummy.